All right. Hi everyone. So today we are doing barefoot and balance. So with this balance class today, we're going to do a lot of stretching and then a little bit of balance. So flexibility is one of the main components in balance. So you always want to work on your flexibility, and then also stretching can help you with being able to do more balance exercises. So we're going to start with warming up. So we're just going to start with a few just light stretches before we get into the deeper, longer holding stretches. If you're not interested in doing any of the stretches, you can always go to one of our other barefoot and balance classes. And switch. Put those feet together. Let's do some torso twists. All right, let's roll out the neck. All right, let's take 3 deep breaths in. All right, so we're first going to focus on stretching the upper back. So we're going to put our legs in our crisscross applesauce or Indian style, whichever you call it. And we are going to do some side bends. So what we're going to do is we're going to be going over like this, holding it for a few seconds, coming down, coming over like this, holding it for a few seconds, and coming down. And I've got a timer here as well. So begin with our side bends. Each time, try to get a little bit deeper into the stretch. It's going to stretch from your shoulders down to your lower back. And rest. All right, next is going to be, it's a hip opener. So your right leg is going to be bent with your toes out. And this is my knee right here. Your other leg is going to go down and you're going to lower yourself to the ground as best you can. And then if you're able to, you're going to bring your elbows to the ground as well. So this is going to work on that hip flexibility as well as stretching out the hips and the knees. And begin. So you're like on the side of your leg, and then you're going to bring your elbows down. You're going to feel that on the outside of your right upper leg, your glutes. You might feel it in your knee. If you can't get your elbows onto the ground, that's okay. relax. Now you're gonna go to the opposite side. I'll just go on the other side so then you can see me. Relax in between each of these in between each of these stretches. And begin. So you've got that knee and like an arrow or a triangle, whatever you want to say. My foot's right here, my knee is right here, and then your back leg is lowering down. Bring those elbows to the mat if you're able to. If you can't, you can always just have your hands right here. But if you're able to, bring those elbows down to the mat. You might have one side that's a little bit more looser than the other. This is working on stretching the muscles. It's working on flexibility, range of motion. Those are all important things when we are talking about balance. So if you're trying to work on balance, you also want to work on all of these other things to make sure it's well-rounded. And rest. All right, so next we're gonna do a lizard pose. So it's like a deep lunge. You're coming up here, bring this here, and your hands. If you're able to, you can get your elbows to the ground. Otherwise, you can just put your hands on the mat. Depends on how flexible you are. So you want to angle back that foot as far as you can. Bring that other foot as forward as you can. I, however, cannot get my elbows to the ground. It just depends on how flexible you are. Focus on trying to, or you want that foot kind of by your hands. So I'm kind of like this, but I'm lowered down to my hands. Then you're going to lean forward a little bit. It's really good for right and left sides of your hips, your hip flexors. Ten more seconds. And rest, and we are going to switch sides. All right, get up into that stance. And begin. Really get that back leg as far back as you can. You want to keep that front leg kind of at a 90-degree angle, and then we're going to shift our weight forward. If it hurts your wrist, sometimes it hurts mine, you can always go up on your knuckles. And rest. And trust me, with holding these stretches, you're going to start sweating. I am already sweating. So the next one, you're going to widen the legs as far as you can. You're going to put your hands in front, and you're going to try to reach out as far as you can, and you're going to hold it right there. And begin. Get those legs as wide as you can. Reach forward. You can lower your neck a little bit to get an upper back stretch here. But here we're working on the inner thighs, your hip flexors. Those are all important areas to work on for balance. And and rest. All right, we're gonna get on up, work on some balance exercises. So our first one is gonna be a single leg balancing with a look up. So you're going to balance on that right foot, left foot is in the air, hands are going up and you're looking up to the ceiling. And begin. Balance on that right foot. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Try to get yourself stable first. Left foot in the air, looking up. Stabilize that right ankle. If you need to add difficulty, you can close your eyes. If you fall out of it, that's okay. Just go right back up into it. And relax. We'll switch on over to the other side. All right, you're gonna balance on that left foot. Right foot's in the air. Hands are up. It helps if you focus on a stationary object. And rest. Good job. We are going to do our leg sways. So you're going to balance on that left foot and we're going across our body to out, across our body and out. Leg swings, if you want to call them that. All right, so you're going across the body and out, across the body and out. You can always put a chair in front of you for extra stability. If you need to, you can tap out, come across, tap out, come across, if that's easier for you. To add difficulty, don't tap that foot down. So we're stabilizing that ankle. Get off this mat. 10 more seconds. Keep going. And rest, and we'll switch on over to the other side. And begin. Stabilize that right ankle, cross the body, and out. Whoop. If you fall out of it, that's okay. Just go back up into it. Focus on stabilizing that ankle. Keep going. And rest. next we got the 3-point tap. So you're gonna balance on that right foot. Left foot is front, side, back. And then start on all over again. All right, so front, side, back, front, side, back, front, side, back. Stabilize that right ankle. Stand up nice and tall. Just the tippy toes touching the ground. Keep that weight on that right foot. And rest, or switch on over to the other side. And begin. So front, side, back, together, front, side, back, together. Stabilize that ankle. Stand up nice and tall. No teapotting, so no bending forward or side or back. Going. And rest. Next, we're going to do a curtsy lunge. So what you're doing is it's just the tippy toes touching the back of on the ground, and your weight's all on that one leg. So you're going together. So you're bouncing on that ankle or on that foot. And begin. Remember, just touching the tippy toes down, keeping all that weight on that right foot. Well, at difficulty, don't put that left foot down on the ground. You can just curtsy and then come on up. Job. Keep the shoulders back, chest open. Whoop. If you fall out of it, that's fine. Just get back up into it. Slow and controlled. And rest. And we'll switch on over to the other side. And then we'll finish out on the ground. And begin. Curtsy. Come on up. Remember, tippy toes touching. Weight stays on that left foot. As you go along, you get a little bit deeper into it. Woo. Make sure you keep that balance. Going. And rest. All right. Back down on the mat. We got our butterfly hold. So, feet are touching. So your legs look like a butterfly. Hands are on your feet, and you are pulling yourself forward into a forward fold. So you're going to feel that stretch on the inner thighs. Get a neck stretch if you bring that chin to your chest. And rest. All right, next, we've got a double leg hold. So both feet together as close as you can, and you're reaching for the toes. If you're not able to reach your toes, just reach as far as you can. Added stretch, bring that chin to your chest. And begin. And rest. All right, so what we're going to do is you're going to bend that right leg into a arrow, triangle, whatever you want to call it. Your left leg is going to come, your foot's going to touch right on the tip part of your left knee. And what you're going to do is bring that knee down, because your knee's going to want to come up. Bring it down, and then we're going to come on over to the side, and then we're going to come forward. All right, come on over to the side. And roll around forward. And come up to the side. We're stretching that mid back, upper back, your sides here. And come on forward. You're gonna really feel that one in the shoulder right there. Come on up. Come on forward, and come on back up, and rest. We'll move on over to the other side. Just getting your feet like this might be flexibility enough, so you could just sit just like this. It's going to, if you have tight hips, this might pull on the hips. So your left leg is bent with your foot right here. Your right leg is going to be bent with your foot on your left knee. And begin here. Elongate that arm. Right arm's on the mat. And roll it forward. And come on up. And again, come on up. And roll it forward, extend through the arm. Come on up. Last one. And come forward and up. All right, good job. All right. So So that's going to be it for today. Since we did a lot of stretching in this class today, we will not do a cool down. If you want, you can just do some of the stretches that we did in the beginning of class today. I hope you like how I'm kind of doing some different types of classes. We're working on specific areas for that certain class, like working on flexibility and stability and mobility in your hips and your legs for balance, especially core, because those are all very important aspects if you're working on balance. I hope you enjoyed this class, and I will see you next time. Thanks and goodbye.